Hello, online learning students. It's another week here in Mr. Clark's World Geography virtual course. Here we are on our homepage here. I always recommend you looking straight at the homepage and not trying to access assignments through like your to-do list or something. Please don't do that. So go to my homepage. Again, here's how to use the course. I'm just saying that because some of you are new for the semester. Each week, I post the assignments that are due here. You can click on those and it takes you to the assignments, or this class runs very linear, so you just have to go start at the one end of the module and work your way through. This week we've got 3 assignments and they're kind of complicated ones. So this video is going to be very, very helpful. Please watch this, please pay attention. All right, so we're gonna go to our modules, and under our assignments it says we have these 3 assignments. We have population statistics, population pyramids, and cartograms. And we're going to find out what those are through this video. So under population statistics is this thing called Gapminder. Gapminder is this amazing website that has all kinds of data from around the world. And more geography is way more about like what is affecting the way humans live rather than just like coloring maps. That's why you virtual students have really not colored maps much. So anyway, I'm going to read these instructions. For this assignment, students will be comparing and contrasting different countries' life expectancies and what factors may affect them by studying graphs on Gapminders. As you see, it says follow the steps exactly. So I'm going to go through it with you. Make sure you do it. So first we're going to go to this website. I clicked on it already. Let me try to move this out of the way. There we go. And as you see here on this website, in fact, maybe I'll minimize me. Okay, here we go. As you see on this website, we've got life expectancy on the left. We have income on the bottom here. So if you take a look, we are going to keep it that way. Except it's on the life expectancy issue. So you get to choose one country from list A and one country from list B. These are the countries in list A, these are the countries from list B. And then you'll write them here and here. All right, so you choose. I am going to choose 2 that aren't in those. I'm going to choose, let's see here. I'm going to do Angola, and I'm going to do Germany. So you can't use mine. So there is Germany and Angola. Notice how there is these 2 things. You can move this around if it's getting in the way of your data point. Now right away, there's a couple things I want you to recognize. This 1800 in the background here, that's what date this is giving you this data for. So what it's going to say is in the year 1800 in Germany, workers made about $2,000 in, like US money today, a year. In fact, they made $1,990 a year. And the life expectancy in 1800 in Germany was 38. That's how long people generally lived. We're going to talk about that a little more. In Angola in 1800, people made $618 and lived to be 27 on average. All right? Wait, I got to get Germany on there again because I accidentally knocked it off. Now, here is where this website gets super cool. You can just hit play and it will take us through the years, and we'll see as their income goes up, we start seeing, okay, their life expectancy, but then something happens about 1880, it starts going up for both of them, right? We're up to 1926, it's going up, 1940, it dropped crazy. What happened there? And then it keeps going up, and as they make more money, their life expectancy goes up. But there's a few events here that we kind of want to take a look at. 1940, this one drops 1914, that's World War I. This one drops 1913, again, World War I. But here, 1945 drops massively. That's World War II. There's a correlation of income to life expectancy, but there is a couple other things. Right here around the 1800s there was far less infant mortality. We had some new stuff in the 1900s like penicillin that made it so children didn't die in birth. So yeah, this gives us like a good baseline here, right? I'm just showing you how to use this tool. Let's go back to the assignment. So it says find these two countries in the list together and check their boxes. Also click the button at the bottom right corner of the page that says trails so that is deselected. You see, that's basically what it's doing there. You can turn the trails on to hit play, but you don't need them. That's what it's talking about. The y-axis will always stay on life expectancy, so you'll only be changing the x-axis. See how this says life expectancy over here? You're going to keep it there. Notice how it says income here. We're going to change this a lot because we're really curious what affects life expectancy, right? So let's go to the first thing. We already set life expectancy. Earliest date available in these countries. All right, I'm going to delete this. So hopefully you guys didn't get that either. You can write whatever country year is there if you want, but this is like country B, country A, right? So for me, that was Germany and Angola, right? So then I'd write the year the first data is available. So the first year the data is available for Angola and Germany looks like 1800. But as I move it through, yeah, it's going to be 1800. That is the first date. Now that might seem like, well, of course it's 1800. It's going to be different in different things. So 1800 is the first year. The data says that Angola is 618 and 27. So the data is they expect life expectancy is 27, and they live to be and $618 a year, right? So those are your two data points, but you need to write it out like 27 years old and 618 is how much money they make per year. All right, so you'll do that. So this first one, we're not comparing it to life expectancy because we're just looking at life expectancy. So after I've done the earliest year available, I'm going to go to the most recent year available. The most recent year available, you just move this all the way up, and Germany's the most recent year available is 2020. Angola, we also have data from 2020. So we look at Germany. And our data is an average German makes $46,700 a year. Someone in Angola makes $5,440 a year. The life expectancy of a German is 81 years. Life expectancy of an Angolan is 65.4 years. So I would fill that stuff in here. Now, if we're going to change it to child mortality, we're always going to keep life expectancy the same. So, I need to click Germany again here. So we've got both of those, Angola and Germany still. Now, life expectancy stays. It stays this whole time. You're never going to change that there. But down here, we want to look at infant mortality. So this child mortality is what we're looking at. Now notice though, on some of this assignment, it's gonna tell you exactly how to get to it. So like basic water source, you're gonna have to click on the infrastructure folder, then click on water folder, then select the top option, right? So child mortality is just up here. We don't have to click into any of these folders. So we're just going to click on child mortality. So we are going to compare y-axis, x-axis, life expectancy, and child mortality. So up here you say, this is per 1,000 children born from 0 to 5 per 1,000 children born. So child mortality is down here. And then up here is life expectancy, right? So we see as there are more children, like we see here in Angola, there is life expectancy is 27, and out of 1,000 children born in 1800, 486 die. That's almost half. In Germany, it's 340. Life expectancy is higher, right? Okay. Now let's take a look as it goes through. Let's let the trails run. And we see it go up. Life expectancy stays pretty similar as it bounces back and forth. And then in the late 1800s, we see that as life expectancy goes up, child mortality goes down. Right? Again, here, World War II, that's the anomaly there. And as child mortality goes down to today in Germany in 2020, out of 1,000 children born, only 324 die. And Germans live to be, on average, 81 years old. So, as child mortality goes down, life expectancy goes up. That's just a numbers game, guys. You know how averages work. If the numbers go, if you have a bunch of people dying at 4 years old, your data point is 4. And so even if you live to be 80, people dying at 4 brings that average way down. This is a really cool assignment. I hope you guys have fun with the rest of it. But make sure you fill it all out. My biggest thing is I am going to read what you write for this number 8 question, because you're going to use all this data and then you're going to come up with something. If you don't answer this, you're going to get a 2. I'm going to ask you to redo it, okay? Next up, here we go. The next assignment after Gapminder is population pyramids. So population pyramids are a lot more simple. But basically, I'm not going to talk to you about this assignment because there's a really good video in your slideshow that I expect you to watch. This assignment is not really doable unless you watch that video. It's going to tell you the difference in the shapes of these pyramids. It's going to describe the pyramids really well. Maybe I'll put a note in here to say, watch the video. Anyway, so then you'll do the assignment that is with it. Population pyramids are super, super helpful for geographies and explaining growing, shrinking populations. That's going to have a lot to do with our next unit too, which is called migration. And the last assignment this week is called cartograms. So if you remember this year when we did assignment about map projections take the Earth and they put them on a flat map, right? So there's problems with map projections in that, like, sometimes Greenland looks giant like this on the Mercator, right? The Greenland looks gigantic, but it's really like this big, and that's because of the map projection. Now, a cartogram is kind of similar, except that instead of making a round object flat, what we're going to do is we're going to make countries bigger or smaller due to data points. So cartograms are pretty cool. You're going to take a look at this. So like this is world population, right? India and China are not this big, but their population is that big. They both have over 1 billion people. I think it's like 1.4 billion about in each. And so their countries look way bigger because what this is showing is population. You'll have a series of questions to answer with that as well. That's a pretty quick assignment. Your Gapminder assignment's going to take a little while. The population pyramid's going to take a minute. Cartograms will go really quick. And that's it for online learning this week. We got parent-teacher conferences Wednesday night. If you guys want to beam in, I'll be here to talk to you. Hope everything's all right in your neck of the woods. You're out there staying safe. And as we always sign off here at the Fort, we love you, we care about you. Make it a great day.